Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Truth. Where I know this is a little late. Sorry, I got really busy Wednesday, so I wasn't able to upload a video for the one to be available Thursday. You'll get this video probably Thursday, late Thursday, early Friday morning, and then you can compare. I'm recording this prior to the ending of the game, so I haven't seen the game. I don't know what's going on, but this is just my reactions. So that way, don't create bias, and this is my honest predictions for the end of it. Going to the first game that we have, it's Arizona versus Cleveland. Arizona, Kyler Murray is out. He was removed from the Cardinals injury report, but remains on reserve/PUP list. Man, if Murray's not playing, I don't have this team winning. Like, Murray has to play because they did trade their their quarterback, who was the starting quarterback at the time, to cover for Murray, and now Murray's not out. I don't really have faith in that backup, but that's kind of my big thing. I think that's really important. Zach Ertz is out. There are a lot of key players. If we go all the way down, Deshaun Watson's questionable. He was limited at practice. David Njoku was limited. Greg Newsome did not perform. But I'll be honest, give me the Browns at home. This could be a close game. I'd love to see it if if Kyler was practicing. Going into our next game, we have the Atlanta Falcons going against the Vikings. This is going to be an interesting game. It really is. Vikings got a new quarterback after Kirk Cousins. Not bad quarterback. Not as good as Kirk Cousins. He was Arizona's quarterback who got traded to them. Short week. It's tough. It's going to be tough to learn. Atlanta questionable. Drake Young. Important news to realize. They did switch their quarterback to the backup, so that's important to know. Grady Jarrett placed on injury reserve. That's important. Just trying to look through it. Troy Anderson, Matt Hennessy, Felipe Franks. They have a lot of guys on injury reserve, a lot of backups, a lot of depth, which can get a little scary. It can be a little nervous, but you'd rather that than your starters. It does suck, though. Grady Jarrett does suck because that's a big part of that team, not that defense. Like that was a big part of their pass rush, which their pass rush is so. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's not the best at the same time. It's probably in the back of the pack, to say the least. It's not shocking. But what did help them was they could stop the run. Without Grady Jarrett, they do trade for Kadarius Street off the Eagles. He played with the Saints for a little while. That's where I kind of realized, okay, this guy has something when it was the Saints. I don't know how well he did with the Eagles, but he's not a bad defensive tackle. Is he Grady Jarrett level? No, by far means no. But he's not bad at the same time. Man, let's go to the Vikings and take a peek at them. KJ Osborne questionable, was limited capacity Thursday. That's gonna be something to monitor. I believe the Vikings did trade their guard. Marcus Davenport, injury reserve. Justin Jefferson still injury reserve. Give me the Falcons at home. If the Vikings had longer with their new quarterback, I would probably go otherwise. But short week. I'm not sure. Well, kind of short week because he did get traded at the trade deadline. Sure, it's hard to judge. It's tough to say. It really is tough to say. But give me the Falcons at home, just because of that lack of chemistry. Oops, wrong click. Going into our next game, we have the Buffalo Bills. The Bills play the Jaguars, who are on a who got some extra rest, like the Bucks did as well, because they played Thursday, I believe. So they have some extra rest. AJ Klein, questionable. Kyer Elam on injury reserve. Dawson Knox on injury reserve. Damian Harris, injury reserve. Tre'Davious White, injury reserve. Matt Milano, injury reserve. A lot of guys to their defense and a couple impactful players on the offense. Take a peek at the Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. Trey Hendrickson's questionable, was limited. Orlando Brown, questionable. Other than that, man, it's not that bad. Man, the Falcons did make a comeback in that late game. And the Bengals offense, it looks like it's starting to hit. I'm trying to think, man, because I wanted the Bills. It's hard to count out. It's hard to count out Josh Allen with that team. You got Stephon Diggs. You got really high flying offense, especially with the rookie tight end who can be used as a receiver. That's tough. But give me the Bengals at home. One, they're at home. They have Jefferson. Oh, not Jefferson. Sorry, they have Chase. They have all their receivers. They have their running backs. It's tough, man. It's tough to go against that offense. It's a high scoring offense. Next team is, I believe it's Carolina, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Oh, no, Baltimore. Excuse me. Baltimore. Where is Baltimore? Baltimore is right here playing the Eagles on Sunday night. That should be a fun game to watch. Marcus Williams is questionable. Rocky Ya-Sin is questionable. Tyus Bowers is out. David Ojabo is on injury reserve. J.K. Dobbins injury reserve. Nothing. That Marcus was limited practice Wednesday. It's going to be something to keep an eye on for Marcus Williams. If Marcus Williams can play that'll be big help for their dominant defense. And they're having a great defense this year. And then going to Seattle, the Seattle Seahawks. Damian Lewis questionable, Tyler Lockett questionable, limited practice Thursday. DK Metcalf questionable, Boye Mafe questionable, Anthony Bradford questionable. Abraham Lucas is on injury reserve. Kobe Bryant. Man, it's gonna be key. Like, I'm gonna be honest. This is what scares me right here is Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf both questionable. I mean, because those this is a Ravens offense who it's really important to keep up with. Like, if you can't, like, their potential is so high on offense that they can do a lot of damage and they can do a lot of different things. So it's really tough to say that, they'll have their bad weeks, but man, they're good. Their weeks that they are high flying on offense, it's tough to stop. It really is. They'll put up a lot of points. You can see what they did to the Lions. I mean, Lions are a good team. So, like that, plus they're at home. A combination of DK and Tyler Lockett being questionable, give me Baltimore. That's my big deciding factor is if Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf don't play, or if one doesn't play, that'll still limit their offense a lot to an extent of how explosive it can be. So give me the Ravens. Just for me, it feels like the safer pick. Going into the next game, so I can pull it up for you. We have the Carolina Panthers. They play the Indianapolis Colts. Look, Indy might have a bad record, and Carolina does too. Indy's a team who's going to fight, though. And that's what kind of scares me for Carolina. Laviska Shenault Jr. did not practice Thursday. DJ Chark was limited practice Thursday. Xavier Woods questionable. J.C. Horn still on injury reserve. Von Bell was limited on practice, questionable. Brian Burns, questionable. Frankie Louvu, questionable. A lot of impactful guys. Austin Corbett, questionable. Gross Matos, he's injury reserve. Jimmy Chin, injury reserve. Shaq Thompson, injury reserve. Ian Thomas, injury reserve. Man, that's a lot of guys. That's a lot of impactful starters for them. That is a lot of impactful starters for them. Von Bell question, but that's big. Like Von Bell, he's a good run stopper. And that's going to be impactful for the Colts. Scroll all the way down to Indy. Josh Downs, questionable. Zaire Franklin's questionable. He's a good linebacker for them who's a little underrated. Anthony Richardson, still on injured reserve. Hey, but don't count out their backup. Their backup can kick it. Joe Every, injured reserve. Man, but that run defense, that run game. Give me the Colts away. That run game is just too crazy to deal with. I mean, the Colts are a team who are they've been in such close games that it's crazy to think that they could have been the Vikings, and this record could have been easily flipped, and they could have had a lot of wins this year. Like they've hung in it. They have a high scoring offense. Like they can throw it with their backup. They can run it too. Like it's a dominant offense. They don't have too bad of a defense. It's just they played New Orleans, who on paper has a really good offense, who's a really good team. It's tough to go against. My main thing is turnovers. How do you prevent the turnovers? How do you limit it? Because if you knew that, I think they have a pretty confident win in Carolina. Now, will it be close? Probably, but I'm more confident in the Colts to win it. Going into our next game, we have the Chicago Bears, who are playing the New Orleans Saints. Tremaine Edmonds did not practice Thursday. That's big. Justin Fields did not practice. I don't think he's playing. Nate Davis is questionable. Jaquil Brisker claimed spike on Lee's percussion protocol Monday after dealing with an illness this week leading up to Sunday's game. So if he's back on concussion protocol, probably won't play. Braxton Jones, injury reserve. Equanimeous St. Brown, injury reserve. Khalil Herbert, injury reserve. Man, Terrell Edmonds is the big one right there. Terrell Edmonds and Justin Fields. Look, if there's one thing that gives New Orleans trouble, it's scrambling quarterbacks. Like that is their biggest thing that goes wrong for them against that defense. Going to Taysom Hill, limited. Demario Davis, that's big, limited. Practice Wednesday. Ty Summers, backup. Lynn Bowden Jr., backup. James Hurst, who is a starting guard, is questionable. Peyton Turner and Edro Benjamin. Look, man, it's hard for me to say after that game. Plus, they're at home. Give me the Saints. Give me the Saints at home. That's tough, just because without Justin Fields, I don't know how well that offense does. And this could easily, the Saints defense has won them games. This could be a game that the Saints defense won. But if that offense is there too, I really don't have faith. That's the real question mark, is how good is this offense going to be with how well that defense is. Since DeMario did play last week, and they have Pete Werner, DeMario is kind of another X factor. It's kind of okay, where is he going to be? It's pretty impactful if he's not there. If he is there, that's really good. I mean, Edmonds as well for the Bears, that's good. But I mean, it's just it's New Orleans Saints team. They showed that they could start running the football. If they use Taysom Hill in that, they're starting to use Taysom Hill in that jumbo package with a lead defensive tackle blocker who's doing really well as a fullback. That's impactful. That's really impactful. It's a high potential offense. And that's what's scary when you go against New Orleans. It's one of those few teams who's just like the Bengals, when they hit, boy, do they hit. So it's kind of, you just have to watch out for that. Going into and that's why I have them at home winning it too. Going into our next game, we have did I do the Browns? I don't know if I did the Browns. Let me check. Are the Browns on bye? Cleveland Browns. Oh, no, I did do the Browns. Sorry, guys. Apologies. The Cowboys. That's what it was. Dallas Cowboys. They play the Eagles. Ooh, that's gonna be a good matchup. Tyron Smith is questionable. Trevon Diggs injured reserve. CJ Goodwin injured reserve. Lane Vander Esch injured reserve. Overshawn injured reserve. They had some key pieces. Like Lane Vander Esch sucks for them. Trevon Diggs sucks for them because they're going against a really good receiving core this week. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Like, I'm gonna be dead honest with y'all. That Eagles receiving core can do some damage. Scrolling all the way down to Philly. Cam Jurgens, backup, would watch out for Bradley Roby, kind of that slot kind of guy. Or slot guy who can play outside as well. Justin Evans, Quez Watkins, backup. Lots of backups. Man, give me the Eagles at home. I think they have a good chance of splitting with Dallas, but give me the Eagles at home just because, I mean, look, they're a tough team to beat with how good that offense is, with how high flying that passing offense receiving core is. It's tough. It's tough to go against something like that. It really is. When guys can just literally out athlete you at the level of this game, that's hard to go against. It's hard to fight against. Going into our next matchup, we have the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos they could be on a bye. Yeah, the Broncos are on a bye, I believe. Does it say? Oh, the Denver Broncos are on a bye. Looking at their roster, because this is something I want to start doing. Any big guys? Tim Patrick's the only real guy. They kind of like Tim Patrick. With what the role he does play, that's something to keep an eye on with his Achilles. Other than that, nothing really crazy impactful. Just a lot of backups that you hope get healthy. Another team that I believe's on bye week, the Lions. Chauncey's injured reserve. Something to watch. David Montgomery is out, but it's a bye week, so hopefully he comes back. Manuel Mosley, injured reserve. Justin Houston, that's another one to watch out for. Hopefully he can come back healthy. Other than that, nothing too crazy. Just guys to watch out for. Like if you're a favorite, if you really like that team, something to watch out for. The Green Bay Packers. Man, I had much more hope for the Packers this year. They play the Rams. Just to give you a quick record, the Rams are 3-5 and the Packers are 2-5. So this could be a closer game, but it's tough to play. Like if they play that coverage like how they played Minnesota, I think the Rams are going to eat them alive with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. Like that's my honest opinion. Jair's questionable. He was limited at practice. Aaron Jones, limited at practice. Lucas Musgrave, limited. Eric Stokes is out. Darnell Savage, injury reserve. David Bakhtiari, injury reserve. That's tough. The Los Angeles Rams, Ernest Jones did not participate. Puka Nacua is limited. Matthew Stafford, non-participant. That's going to be something to watch out for because Stetson Bennett's out right now with an illness. Will return to the rest of the season, to the team this season. Like Stetson Bennett, that's something injury. Stetson Bennett's a type of guy coming out of college who isn't a really dominant QB, but he can deliver the ball at an effective level. This is going to be really interesting to see if Stafford plays or not, because if not, that could really turn the tides. Other than that, man, they got Cooper Kupp. Jordan Love's not playing his best ball. Give me the Rams. It could flip. It could honestly flip. That's a tough one to choose. It really is to go back and forth. Scrolling back up. We have the Houston Texans, who are not on bye. They are playing the Buccaneers. Look, this isn't a bad Texans team. Scroll, where are they? They're 3-4, and the Bucs are 3-4. But look, man, look. This is a Texans team who can, just like the Colts, can hang with it. They can play some close games, some close football games. They're playing the Bucs, who they came back against the Bills, but I feel like that's more the Bills letting them come back than them actually finding a way. They almost won it. Give them credit on that last drive, but it's like how many penalties, how many fourth downs can you convert? And that's really why I get skeptical. Robert Woods is doubtful. Dameon Pierce is questionable. Jarrett Patton injured reserve. Juice Scruggs injured reserve. Lermy Tunsil questionable. Sheldon Rankins questionable. Kendrick Green injured reserve. Derek Stingley Jr. injured reserve. They had some guys who are banged up. They're banged up on the line. Scoring to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coy Kreeft, Matt Feiler, Ryan Jensen. Man, give me the Tampa Bay in this game. It could be flipped because Houston is at home, so put that on them. But give me Tampa Bay. Had a little bit more time to rest. Have a little bit more time to prepare for Houston, and you know, like they're a more healthier team. So we'll see, but that could be another close game to watch out for. Talked about the Colts. The Jaguars. Ezra Cleveland, guard. Vikings traded Cleveland. He's questionable, but I believe they're on a bye. So just to confirm. Yes, they are. They're on a bye. So, you know, Tyus Campbell, who's out. Zay Jones out. All these guys are out. Anybody crazy? Leonard Taylor kind of sucks. Cooper Hodgins. Other than that, nothing crazy. Some depth guys you'd like to get back, but you know that's a free week for them. You know they'll hopefully recover and get better from that. The Kansas City Chiefs are next up, and the Chiefs play the Dolphins in Germany. Now, the one thing we'll say about this is the team who usually gets to the out-of-country game first usually performs better. Willie Gay, questionable. Jerick McKinnon, questionable. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out. Nick Bolton is on injury reserve. Going to Miami. Xavier Howard is questionable. Brandon Jones is out. Connor Williams is questionable. Jalen Ramsey is questionable. Teron Armstead, injured reserve. Robert Hunt. Tavon Achane is injured. This is a big one. Achane's been great for them. Like Miami. I think this is tough because whoever wins this game is fighting for that one seed. Give me the Chiefs because they have Mahomes. That is the one thing that's like, it's tough to go against Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs, but the Dolphins could easily win this game. The Dolphins could easily win this game too. So just keep that in mind. You know, that's one thing where it's like, yeah, I might pick the Chiefs, but I'll probably go the other way. The Las Vegas Raiders play the New York Giants. I'm going to be honest, the Raiders benched their starting quarterback, and I don't think their backup's better. Let me check on the New York Giants just to make sure like nothing crazy is injured. Wandale Robinson, Saquon Barkley, questionable. He was limited. Out. Limited, questionable. Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas. Keep an eye out for those tackles. Look, man. Give me the Giants should win this game. I say should. Like, this is a game the Giants should win. We'll see, but this is a game the Giants should win. They should win it. I'll say it like that. I'm not saying that I'm not going to guarantee it, but they should win it. I don't have faith in that. I'll be honest. If they can't get the ball with Jimmy at quarterback, dog, what makes me have faith that their backup's going to be able to get him the ball? They fired their head coach. I don't have faith in this team. I believe we already talked about the Chargers. We have not. Okay. The Chargers play the Jets this week. So, oops, wrong one. Sorry again, guys. Josh Palmer, questionable. Eric Kendricks is questionable. Mike Williams is on injury reserve. Corey Linsley's out. The New York Jets. Jets, Jets. Mekhi Becton's questionable. Dewanne Brown is injury reserve. Aaron Rodgers, we know he's out. Corey Davis. Conor McGovern, sorry. Still have those receivers. Still have that defense. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets at home. Look, could the Chargers get out close to winning it? Yes, but I don't have faith that they'll finish the game because that's what they've struggled with for so long. And I feel like it's a fair reason to say. It's not the fact that they have a bad team. It's just the fact that they haven't finished games. And that's been a big impact on why they are where they are. Excuse me. The last couple games we have. The New England Patriots. Devontae Parker is questionable. Christian Barmore is questionable. Trent Brown is questionable. Kendrick Bourne is on injury reserve. Riley Reef, injury reserve. Matthew Judon's on injury reserve. Christian Gonzalez is on injury reserve. Man, that's impactful. Let me go to Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill is out, but they like their backup quarterback. He was going off. Caleb Farley, something to watch out. He's out. Other than really that, give me the Titans. They have I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong team. Forgive me. The Commanders. Duh. Curtis Samuel, questionable. Ricky Stomberg, questionable. Nothing crazy. Give me the Commanders. Give me the Commanders here. I like the Commanders in this matchup. They have weapons they can throw with. I don't think this Patriot offense can keep up with this Washington offense. I think Washington will move to 4-5. The Patriots are not doing too hot. They have a really tough schedule. I think this is just another tough game. The Titans are playing, which Rusan are playing the Steelers. Mason Rudolph's out. Minka Fitzpatrick is out. That's something to watch out for. Pat Freiermuth is out. Corey Trice Jr. is out. Other than that, I'm really thinking here. This is a thinker right here. The Steelers are 4-3 and the Titans are 3-4. They do play the Titans. I don't believe have won an away game yet. And this is actually this game that's going on right now. I want to see the Steelers. Actually, give me the Titans. I know this Titans offense hasn't won an away game, which I'm restating, but that defensive line for the Titans, that's why I have them. I like their defensive line. And my standing so far is for the AFC, I have the Chiefs with the first seed at 7-2, followed by the Chargers 3-5, the Broncos 3-5, and the Raiders at 3-6. I have the Ravens with the second seed at 7-2, the Browns with the sixth seed at 5-3, and the Bengals at the seventh seed at 5-3, right neck and neck with the Steelers right off of their butt at 4-4. I have the Jaguars at 6-2 with the third seed, the Titans 4-4, the Colts 4-5, and the Houston Texans at 3-5. I have the Miami Dolphins with the fourth seed at 6-3, the Jets with the fifth seed at 5-3. My bad, sorry. Right behind is the Bills at 5-4, and the Patriots at 2-7. Scrolling back up, I have the Eagles with the first seed at 8-1. I have the Cowboys with the sixth seed at 5-3. I have the Commanders at 4-5, and the New York Giants at 3-6. I have the Lions with the second seed at 6-2, the Vikings at 4-5, the Packers at 2-6, and the Bears at 2-7. I had the 49ers with the third seed at 5-3, the Seattle Seahawks with the fifth seed with the same record, just one division loss at 5-3. I have the Rams 4-5 and the Cardinals 1-8. Another team who have same records, just with one division loss, the Falcons at 5-4, and then at the fourth seed, and the Saints with the seventh seed at 5-4. Saints have one division loss, Falcons don't. That's why I have it like that. I have the Bucks right off of that butt at 4-4, and then I have the Panthers at 1-7. And that's it. Sorry again that I couldn't get this video out earlier. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what you argued with, what you think's different. And other than that, make sure you comment and tell me, more information, what you want me to cover, different things, different players, coaches, staff, styles of offense, or whatever. Let me know. I'll talk about it. It's football. Let me know. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all.